Hi everyone, welcome to another log. In case some of you don't know, these logs are basically for me to come on and make a video whenever, talking about whatever, just random stuff. So first thing is that I am super excited because I received the Spirit Keeper's Revelation today, and I did not think that was going to happen. It was supposed to come on Friday, so it's 2 days early, and I am super excited. So I thought I would just kind of do a quick reveal with you. I'm not going to make this a full flip through or anything like that. And actually, if you want an in-depth comparison between the 3 editions, Mendy over at Artistry of Tarot, she has recently put out a video where she does exactly that. So I will leave a link for that. But yeah, I am looking forward to diving into this deck. It's, I've been following along like many other people with the creation of this deck and its images, and so it's wonderful to finally see the end result. So I am number 878 out of 3,507. So cool. Oh, and little art cards. It's really neat. Very nice. Okay. And oh, mine has this like thing stuck on it. Is it supposed to? Oh, it's a magnet. It's a magnet. Oh, so cool. Okay. Very nice. All right, now let's try to open this up without, you know what? I learned this from Queen Osset, that seam ripper is the way to go for opening the plastic without damaging the deck. So seam ripper, very inexpensive and very handy. Okay. It smells so good. What is that? Sorry. Okay. We've got the LWB. And I've got that larger book of maps printed out from Lulu, so that is somewhere around here, but let us take a look. Very pretty. Love the backs. Oh, I love the color. Gorgeous. Spirit and Petition of Spirit. Let's just give you a quick little taste. Oh, I love this. I love this so much. Wow. And like the colors and the detail, everything is so crisp. Oh, wow. So this is why I don't feel like I'm very good at, first impressions, because really it's just me staring silently, open-mouthed, and just taking it all in. I'm just not one to articulate very well while I'm looking at things for the first time. So, Okay, one more. So I am excited to look at the rest of these. All right, another deck that I've recently acquired is the Somnia Tarot by Nicolas Bruno. Did I mention that the Spirit Keepers is from Benabel Wen? Do I even need to mention that? Anyway, okay, so this one is, I think a lot of people are uncomfortable with the images in this deck, and certainly when I first saw a sampling of the images, I was also uncomfortable. And also I don't know, it just brought out this reaction of my feeling uncomfortable and also my feeling certain emotions being accurately expressed via art. So even though this tarot deck is inspired by and is meant to illustrate the idea of insomnia and sleep paralysis, or at least that's my understanding, I saw this deck reflecting back to me how I have been feeling this year in terms of the anxiety and the depression that I have experienced and have been experiencing just, due to, personal matters and just the fact that it's been a shit year for so many of us, right? I did modify this already. I saw someone on the Facebook group Tarot with Scissors, I think, and what they had done is they had just taken off the sides and left the top and the bottom, and I really liked the look of it, so I thought I would do the same. And it does make it, I guess, like longer and skinnier, but I don't mind that at all. I don't find that it looks awkward or anything. And so if this is the kind of imagery that makes you uncomfortable, that you don't want to look at, feel free to jump on ahead. But yeah, this to me is a deck where it's the first time I ever pulled or decided to purchase a deck where it is going to be a shadow work deck for me. Now, usually I am not one to choose decks based on like, oh, I could use a great shadow work deck, or, oh, I need a deck for inner child work, which there is certainly nothing wrong with selecting decks for those reasons and with those things in mind, but that's just not for me how I've ever chosen my decks up until now. Because these images are so evocative and they stir such a reaction in me. I was like, well, I think that says something. I think this would make for a good deck to, like this one. I know it's the Tower, and this is how this year has felt, even though it's actually a death year. This is my death year. I'll have to do a separate video on that, but and in any case, so I feel like, yes, this is not a deck where I would think to do daily spreads or anything like that. Like, this is Six of Cups, like, oh yeah, nostalgia. No, I mean, it would be hard for me to, I think, have a neutral frame of mind with a deck like this. So I'm going to be using this deck, or at least right now, my intention is to use this deck for very purposeful journaling work and navigating my feelings of anxiety, and then the resulting depression that's linked to the anxiety due to certain situations, and really sitting with those feelings. So the final deck I'm going to talk about, I have spoken about in previous videos, but I think it deserves another shout out because the Hanson-Roberts did right by me yesterday. Totally. I had something on my mind and I decided to pull it out and ask for some guidance and do some journaling, and it did right by me. It really did. So I'll show you here in my journal. How do you guys show your journals without like revealing personal information here? I need some tips on how to do that. Okay, so this is my journal. These are the cards that I got, and it's the Ace of Swords, 5 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. And as soon as I saw those 3 cards, I knew right away how I needed to change my mindset, right away that I knew it wasn't going to be an easy process or a quick process, and it's all about the change in mindset. It's all about the change in mindset and working with what I have now, and what I have going for me now, and just keeping at striving toward resolution. So, I love you, Hanson-Roberts. You weird little deck. Speaking of journals, I have decided to try a new journal brand. This is called Dingbats and has a little elephant on it. Prior to, I have just been using these, I'm going to say this wrong, I know it. Leuchtturm 1917. It's a very common brand for bullet journaling. But after watching some YouTube videos on journaling, I discovered that this has thicker paper, so there's not as much ghosting. I mean, some of the differences would bother some other people. Like, so for instance, like this doesn't have a table of contents. I don't use table of contents. It also, let's see here, it doesn't have like page numbers because it doesn't have table of contents. And I don't care about that because I have been known to rip several pages from my bullet journal and not care. So what I did like about this journal is that it doesn't ghost as much because the paper is thicker, and also because I am prone to just like ripping shit out, these are all perforated. So it makes for a cleaner tear, which I really like. Another downside is that this does have fewer pages. So I think it's like 100 some total for this front and back versus like 200 some for this front and back. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But it does have a pocket like the Leuchtturms do, and has this little pen loop, which I never use. The Leuchtturms do have 2 bookmark ribbons, whereas this only has 1. But again, like those little things don't necessarily bother me, or at least not for now. And so we'll see. As a quick reminder, we recently did another episode of 3 Girls, 1 Deck. Heather, Sarah from Sunset Bow Tarot, and I. And in case some of you are unaware, this is a series where we each feature a deck that we've chosen to discuss that we just can't seem to agree on as a group. And it makes for such fun conversation. Just, this particular episode with this one deck it spurred on some very lively debate, and that was so much fun. And it's great to know that we can come together in a space, have differing opinions, and express them in a mature and respectful way, and have fun and just talk about decks, which is what we love. So, for the next episode or future episodes, if there are any decks that you've seen from any of our channels that you would like for us to discuss, then certainly drop a comment and let us know, and we will do our best to accommodate. Coming up on my channel, I will be doing a video where I talk about my plans for Reset 2022. There were several of you who requested to hear more about that, and so I am happy to do that for you. And as for plans for the Ravens Prophecy Tarot series, where we do some comparisons between the book series and the tarot deck and make connections, that is a go. We will be making that an installment of Three Girls, One Deck next year, 2022. And yeah, there will be spoilers, just so you know. If you haven't read the novel series, there's really no way we can go about discussing connections between the story and the deck without giving some spoilers. So just an FYI, that's going to happen. And that's it. I hope that you have enjoyed my ramble, and I will see you in the next video. Much love and take care.